Okay, so for the iron crafter, and I apologize, you probably hear my husband's 3D printer in the background. I am going to work on a layout. Again, it's going to be a color rush. I am using this stencil. This was from Some Assemblage Required. It was from the month of cut files, which just ended last month. However, I was saving this for the iron crafter, so I on purpose did not do that last one. And so I'm actually going to use this probably as a stencil, I think. And so the challenge is to use enamel dots. And so I've got a ton of enamel dots in my stash. I think most of these maybe came from, I think I might have gotten these off of Amazon. And then some of these I think came in like a kind of an ephemera pack from Joann's before they closed down. So I've got like a ton in my stash. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Color Rush paper. I don't know if I'll leave this on. So what I was thinking about doing was taking, they had a smiley face paper that I had kind of been eyeballing. So let's see if I can find it here. Is this guy here. I don't know that obviously I'm not going to make that work with this. But I think what I might do is cut out some of these smiley faces too, to go with the fact that there's going to be circles. So I need to find some more plain paper. So I might actually go with this one. Let's see here. I like that those are circles. Like that's circles. I might either go with this one, this black and white one, or this black and white one. So, and then I think what I'm going to do is do this, probably not leave the paper on there, but to basically just kind of washi tape it, use this as my guide for my different enamel dots, and then use some ephemera, like with these little smiley faces, maybe somehow cut this up or have it, maybe I won't do all four corners. Maybe I'll just do like 2 of them and then like have like this in the corner or something like that. Or just fussy cut out the smiley faces. I'm not sure yet what I'll do. Or I might, you know, again, use this stencil to kind of have this on here, on this part, and then move this over up there, and then somehow put this paper in the middle and use it that way. But I also really like this side too. So I'm kind of like, what do I do? And so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm using the cut file as my guide. And so my initial thought was to do ombre with different colors. So I was going to do like pink, like reds into pinks, or different shades of pink, you know, kind of keep them in the same, kind of like, you know, same tone. But with this one, I had to kind of alternate the pinks a little bit more than I wanted to, just because I didn't have as many of them. And I was trying to like stay with those same guides, like use the bigger enamel dots with the bigger holes. And so I went ahead off screen and finished that because I figured that would be kind of boring to watch. Well, when I pulled off the cut file, it just looked like a bunch of enamel dots just stuck on there, and it kind of lost the pattern a little bit. And so I went ahead and just did some doodly circles around it. I still used this stencil as kind of my guide, but then went back over and kind of made them look a little bit rougher so they weren't so perfect, to make it look a little bit more doodly, because a lot of the items in Color Rush's kit had kind of like some like doodly elements to them. So I kind of thought that would work really well with it. I'm taking some frazzles here and just cutting the ends off and tucking them in behind this paper. So of course, at the beginning of the video, I had talked about how much I really like that paper. So I did end up cutting off the top portion of that. So that way I could use it in some of this layout. And so the picture I'm documenting is of my oldest son. Of course, here it was before we even had any other kids. So he was really probably only maybe about 3 here. So of course, doing a Snapchat filter, I just thought it was, you know, just a silly picture, and just thought it would be kind of a fun one to do with this layout. And so I'm going to use this acrylic title, Live in Color, as my title piece, and that came in the Color Rush acrylic set. And then the die cut set came with these cute little paint cans. So I just thought that that would look really cute to kind of look like they were spraying the paint kind of around the page. I don't remember what that die cut says. But it's got like kind of holographic, glittery look to it. And then of course I got to pull in some of these, smiley faces. I talked about that smiley face paper. I tried to figure out a way to use it on this paper or on this layout, and it just didn't really, I couldn't really get it to work on here. So that's why I went away from that and chose that kind of dripping paint paper. And then the stars were part of the die cut, although they had two papers that were, it was just a full sheet of stars. So really, if you wanted to fussy cut that paper too, you would have plenty to do that with. And I actually have done a couple layouts where I have had to use some of the stars or pieces from, fussy cut them. And I also pulled in a couple acrylic stars that came in the kit this month as well. I will include the information down below for the Iron Crafter Challenge, and I will also leave the information down below for Color Rush Studios kit. So if you want to go check out the products there and pick yourself up a kit, you can. And I appreciate you for coming by to watch another process video.